Welcome back to my channel, soap opera fans. If you're as obsessed with the bold and the beautiful as I am, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're diving deep into the spoilers for the next 2 weeks, from January 12th to January 23rd. I've got all the juicy details, twists, and turns that are set to unfold in the world of the Forresters, Logans, and Spencers. But I'm not just going to read off the headlines. Oh no, we're going to break it all down, analyze the characters' motivations, speculate on what's coming next, and even tie it back to some classic storylines from the show's history. This is going to be a discussion, so grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's get started. If you enjoy this kind of detailed breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on your favorite daytime drama. Let's kick things off with an overview of where we stand in the bold and the beautiful universe. For those new to the show or needing a quick refresher, B&B has been captivating audiences since 1987 with its tales of fashion, family feuds, and forbidden romances set against the glamorous backdrop of Los Angeles' elite. The Forrester family, led by the legendary Eric Forrester, runs Forrester Creations, a high-end fashion house that's as much a character as the people who work there. Over the years, we've seen betrayals, weddings, divorces, and everything in between. Right now, tensions are high with ongoing rivalries between the Forresters and Logans, complicated love triangles, and new faces shaking things up. The spoilers for these 2 weeks promise more of that signature drama, starting with a shocking betrayal from Eric himself. Yes, you heard that right. Eric Forrester, the patriarch who's always been the glue holding the family together, is about to stab his own son in the back. But let's not jump ahead. We'll take it step by step, week by week, to build the suspense just like the show does. Focusing first on the week of January 12th to 16th, the spoilers reveal that Eric Forrester, played by the incomparable John McCook, will betray Ridge Forrester, portrayed by Thorsten Kaye, by aligning himself with Katie Logan Spencer, who's brought to life by Heather Tom. This isn't just a minor slight, it's a full-on shift in power dynamics at Forrester Creations to reshape the power dynamics at Forrester Creations. To understand why this is such a big deal, we need to rewind a bit. Eric has been the heart and soul of the company for decades, designing iconic pieces and mentoring the next generation. Ridge, his son, has often been positioned as the heir apparent, but their relationship has been rocky, filled with disagreements over business decisions and personal lives. Remember the time Ridge left Forrester to start his own line? Or the endless back and forth with Brooke Logan? Those past conflicts set the stage for this betrayal. Eric, feeling pushed aside into retirement by Ridge, decides to throw his support behind Katie's new venture. Katie, ever the resilient Logan sister, has been through her own share of heartbreaks, divorces from Bill Spencer, health scares, and now she's channeling that energy into fashion. By helping her, Eric isn't just offering advice, he's potentially lending his name, expertise, and maybe even some Forrester resources. Imagine the fallout. Ridge, who prides himself on loyalty and family legacy, will see this as the ultimate disloyalty. How will he react? Will it lead to a screaming match in the design room or something more calculated, like cutting Eric out of the will? As a fan, I'm excited to see John McCook's nuanced performance here. Eric isn't a villain, he's a man reclaiming his purpose after being sidelined. Meanwhile, Steffy Forrester Finnegan, played by Jacqueline McInnes Wood, is making a move that unsettles Electra Forrester, portrayed by Linnea Grace. Steffy has always been the fierce, protective type, CEO of Forrester Creations, mother to Hayes and Kelly, and wife to Finn. Her decisions often ripple through the family, and this time it's aimed at Electra, the newer addition to the Forrester clan. Electra's storyline has been building as a fresh face, perhaps a relative or newcomer tied to the family tree, and her interactions have added youthful energy to the show. Steffi's move could be anything from a business decision to personal interference, but based on the spoilers, it ties into the Dylan drama we'll discuss shortly. Why would Steffi unsettle Electra? Maybe it's jealousy, protectiveness over the company, or even seeing echoes of her own past mistakes in Electra's choices. Jacqueline MacInnes Wood always brings that intensity to Steffi, making her both relatable and formidable. This plot point reminds me of Steffi's early days when she clashed with Liam over Hope, history repeating itself in new forms. Electra, on the other hand, played by the talented Linnea Grace, represents the next generation, full of ambition and vulnerability. Being unsettled by Steffi could push her character arc toward independence or rebellion, which would be fascinating to watch unfold. Shifting gears to some celebratory vibes, Ridge and Brooke Logan Forrester, with Catherine Kelly Lang as Brooke, have a reason to celebrate during this week. Brooke, the eternal optimist and queen of comebacks, has weathered storms from affairs to family estrangements, and her marriage to Ridge is the stuff of soap legend, on again, off again, but always passionate. Their celebration stems from R.J. Forrester's return home. R.J., now recast with Brian Nicoletti making his debut, has been off-screen, perhaps traveling or pursuing his own dreams. His comeback is a big deal because R.J. is Ridge and Brooke's son, symbolizing their enduring love despite the odds. Imagine the family reunion scene. Hugs, laughter, and R.J. spilling the tea on his adventures. What has he been up to? Modeling gigs abroad? Starting a side hustle? The spoilers say he'll catch up with his parents, sharing stories that could hint at future plotlines. This moment of joy contrasts beautifully with the betrayals brewing elsewhere, reminding us why B&B balances heartache with heartwarming family bonds. As a viewer, these returns always feel like a nod to the show's long history, bringing back characters who've grown up on screen. Speaking of RJ, B&B fans will see him hanging out with Electra, where he'll turn on the charm and help her with a necklace. This sounds like a classic flirtation setup. RJ, the handsome young Forrester, assisting Electra in an intimate moment. Necklaces in soaps often symbolize deeper connections or foreshadow romance. Think of all the times jewelry has played into proposals or heirlooms. Electra, who's navigating her own dramas, might find RJ's attention refreshing or complicating. Is this the start of a love triangle or just friendly banter? Brian Nicoletti's fresh take on RJ could bring new energy, perhaps making him more charismatic or mysterious than before. Linnea Grace's Electra has that wide-eyed innocence mixed with determination, so their chemistry could spark viewer interest. This scene at Forrester Creations, or perhaps a casual hangout spot, adds layers to the younger cast, keeping the show relevant for newer audiences while honoring its roots. Things get more complicated when Electra and Will Spencer, played by Crew Murrow, deal with some Dylan issues. Dylan, portrayed by Sydney Bullock, is tagging along to Forrester Creations, and Electra isn't thrilled. Will Spencer, son of Bill and Katie, has his own history of family drama and is now entangled in this group dynamic. Dylan's presence suggests she's a friend, rival, or love interest, perhaps crushing on Will, as later spoilers imply. Bringing her to the fashion house could be for a tour, job opportunity, or just hanging out, but it sets off Electra's alarms. Why? Jealousy, protectiveness over the company, or maybe a secret she shares? Electra's reaction highlights her insecurities or growing feelings for Will. Sydney Bullock's Dylan brings a fresh, perhaps bubbly or scheming vibe, contrasting with Electra's more grounded personality. This trio dynamic echoes past youth storylines, like the rivalries involving Phoebe, Steffi, and Hope. Fans love these because they inject energy and unpredictability. Will Dylan cause a rift or become an ally? You can bet Electra won't be thrilled about Dylan tagging along, and she'll be even less thrilled when Steffi hints about giving Dylan a position at the company. Here's where Steffi's move comes into play, unsettling Electra big time. Steffi, as CEO, has the power to hire and fire, and offering Dylan a job, maybe as an intern, model, or assistant, could be seen as meddling. Is Steffi trying to help, or does she have ulterior motives? Maybe she sees potential in Dylan, or wants to keep an eye on the younger crowd. For Electra, this means more time with Dylan around Will, amplifying her concerns. The spoilers suggest Dylan thinks it's great, which could lead her to accepting eagerly. Electra might try to steer Dylan elsewhere, perhaps suggesting other careers like acting or something outside fashion. This push-pull dynamic is pure soap gold. Conflicts over jobs often escalate into personal vendettas. Think back to when Ivy Forrester clashed with